recording this episode in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Normalcy. Data plus feelings. I'm 22% ahead of forecasted leads and sales for this year. There's uncertainty in the U.S. economy right now. I'm not a prognosticator, neither are you, and neither are any of the professionals who trade stocks, hedge their funds, or trade stocks daily. Almost no one can time the market correctly, let alone explain what inflation is or how it affects our businesses. Externalities are a common blame for people's shortcomings in their personal and professional lives. It's an ick of mine, as the kids say, and is a signal to me about your ability to take ownership. Having said all of that, some things outside of our control do affect us. Why do I mention my current standing in reference to leads and sales? Allowing macro uncertainty to dictate the strategy of my business has never paid off, at least for me and my businesses. But my painting company's economy and its KPIs, I absolutely rely on those. In fact, they might be the best economic indicator for me, my family, and my businesses, even more accurate than watching the news or taking stock tips from TikTok talking heads. My 2025 strategy seems to be effective, but there's only been a few months of data. Not enough to prove causation and or correlation yet. Last spring, my leads were down 50%. As a business owner, we're paid to detect patterns, create strategy, and make bets using our data and our feelings. This ability to risk is what separates employees and job owners versus business owners. So I started looking at data. I went back years to find a pattern. Sometimes your face is too close to the line graph and you're not seeing the whole picture. I was trying to find an answer. What I found was another question. Leads were down, but down from what? I went back 5 years to find that yes, my leads were down, but they were coming down from an artificial high of COVID. The amount of leads I received were almost exactly the same as 2019 before COVID, plus about 5%. If you remove the crazy down and the crazy up of COVID, the trend line from 2019 to 2024 was stable, consistent, up and to the right. We were not in a bad economy. We were returning to a normal economy, at least by my estimation. What is normal? What is normal in the painting industry? On average, a painting company lasts 18 months. Statistically, there have been multiple generations turned over in our industry just since COVID. This can lead to industry-wide goldfish brain, where the brevity of our memory is painfully short, especially when economic trends can be painfully long. If you started a painting company anytime in the past 3 years, the spring of 2024 could lead you to believe that the sky is falling. I started my business in 2007, when the U.S. plunged into the Great Recession, highlighted by joblessness, mortgage foreclosures, and bank seizures. I've now lived through two pretty tumultuous times and have grown my business through each. 17 years ago, I grew my business to the point where my wife could leave her job and raise our children. In 2020, I grew my painting business 47% in the face of a pandemic, purchased a facility, and grew my leadership team, all in a time where a lot of people gave up. I went face first into the larger economy uncertainty because my internal paint business economy and its indicators gave me a completely different read on what was going on. Through both periods of economic tumult, demand was high. My people wanted to work, and we proceeded. So forward I went. So if this is a back to normal situation, I look forward to consistent recruiting, marketing, job costing reviews, peacefully managing my humans, and should we be so lucky, a nice decade of boring vanilla business execution. In the words of a very famous painter, your only competition is your ability to execute a business plan. It was true when he said it 10 years ago, and it's true today. Here's to stability and 1.1x, the most unsatisfying but effective form of prosperity. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.